Sharks are really serious animals. They've been around longer than dinosaurs. They're basically prehistoric killing machines, and that's terrifying and fascinating at the same time. Sarah Paxton. Here are 25 of the strangest prehistoric creatures to rule the earth. 25. Rotocetus gave us a clear example of a species' evolutionary transition from land dweller to seafarer. It had short limbs ending in webbed hands and feet, but its characteristics closely resembled those of land mammals, thus leading scientists to conclude it was partway along the evolutionary transition from land to sea. 24. If every letter in Pelagornithidae's name was equal to 1 foot, it still wouldn't equal the size of this massive prehistoric creature. Boasting a wingspan between 15 to 20 feet, or 5 to 6 meters, these were the dominant seabirds of most oceans, and even brushed up against our earliest ancestors. 23. Titanoboa is simultaneously the largest, heaviest, and longest snake known to man. Appearing during the Paleocene age, just after the extinction of dinosaurs, it was so muscular, it crushed its gigantic prey to death with massive force. 22. Nicknamed the shovel tusker, the Platybelodon looks like a modern-day elephant with one major difference: its trunk. This strange prehistoric creature did not have a typical fleshy trunk, but rather a flat protrusion comparable to an elongated duck's bill. Scientists believe it used the shovel tusks to grasp tree branches and rip off bark. 21. Eurypterid was a scorpion-like creature which, from one found fossil, could reach the size of an alligator. Found all over the world, it finally went extinct during the Permian-Triassic extinction event 252.17 million years ago. Most only grew up to 8 inches or 20 centimeters long, but the subspecies Helicoprion was bigger, making it the largest arthropod ever discovered. 20. Pterodaustro is one of the best-known pterosaurs in the world. Found in South America, it notably used 1,000 bristle-like teeth protruding from its lower jaw to filter plankton and small crustaceans as it waded through shallow pools. This bill accounted for up to 85% of its head. 19. Only a few inches long, with 5 eyes to navigate its seafloor home, Appa binya looks like it could have been a mad scientist's creation. Though not a fierce predator, it was an odd-looking prehistoric creature sporting a unique vacuum hose-like attachment at its mouth, which it used to eat, like an elephant's trunk. Besides its 5 eyes, it also had 30 flippers. 18. Mechanarachne was prehistoric time's massive dragonfly. With a tip-to-tip wingspan of up to 2.5 feet, or 75 centimeters, it was large enough to devour frogs and small amphibians, and is the largest known flying insect species. 17. At a max of 1.38 inches, or 3.5 centimeters long, Hallucigenia was originally constructed upside down, and with its back and front reversed when scientists first created models. An ancestor to either arthropods or worms, it had 7 or 8 pairs of legs with rigid spines correspondingly coming out of the top of its body. 16. About the size of a VW bug, the Glyptodon was an armadillo-like creature, which actually would be more related to modern-day turtles. Sporting over 1 inch or 2.5 centimeter thick scales, it was an herbivore, and, unlike turtles, could not retract its head. Instead, it had a bone-like cap protecting it. 15. Stenosuchus is quite a strange-looking prehistoric creature. Though it looked like a hippo-rhino mix, this creature had distinctive knob-like horns on the side of its head, and, in some species, on the top and on the jawbone. Thankfully, it was primarily an herbivore. 14. Capybaras aren't feared animals today, but this prehistoric animal was far from cute and cuddly. Nicknamed the bear dog, Arctocyon could walk around on its hind legs and tear apart whatever it sunk its razor-sharp teeth into. 13. Though it looked like a squished sardine, Dunkelosseous holds the record for the strongest bite of any animal, living or extinct. Able to fit a human in its mouth with one chomp, this bizarre prehistoric creature ruled the seas for 20 million years, leaving destruction in its wake. A pure carnivore, it could weigh as much as an elephant and reach up to 33 feet or 10 meters in length. 12. Flightless birds with similar characteristics to the ostrich, Phorus rachis could reach land speeds comparable to cheetahs. Weighing up to 1,000 pounds or 454 kilograms and 9 feet or 3 meters tall, they could easily grasp a medium-sized dog in a single bite. And their hooked bill allowed them to tear into larger animals as well, earning them the nickname terror birds. 11. With a body which was mostly neck, Elasmosaurus was originally put together by paleontologists the wrong way, with a short neck and an elongated tail. It was also originally depicted as having a flexible snake-like neck, which has since been refuted. It prowled the oceans at a length of about 46 feet or 14 meters. 10. Dunkelosseous may have been big, but Helicoprion holds this list's top spot for most bizarre sea-dwelling prehistoric creature. It was an ancient shark-like fish with a modified jaw. Its lower palate was a circular saw of teeth which could tear flesh from bone, grinding the flesh against its top teeth. 9. Related to the Helicoprion, Adestus giganteus was as terrifying as it was strange. Commonly referred to as the scissor-toothed shark, it had an interesting set of chompers. Rather than replace its teeth as they wore out, it would grow new teeth and gums at the back of its mouth, pushing out the older ones. These older teeth would eventually protrude and hang out of its mouth. 8. Diprotodon optatum is the largest known marsupial to have ever existed. About the size of a hippo and comparable to a wombat with saggier skin, it lived in Australia during the Pleistocene period, and may have run across our ancestors. 7. Linhanicus doesn't look that different from our general conception of dinosaurs, except one feature: its finger. It had only one tiny finger on each of its arms, the only non-avian dino to have one. But scientists still aren't sure of the purpose, especially given its large feet. 6. Longisquama is a lizard-like creature with what appears to be hockey sticks longer than its whole body jutting out of its back. Paleontologists know little about this reptile found in Central Asia, and a long-standing debate continues on whether it was a prehistoric bird or something else entirely. 5. With the ability to glide similar to delta-winged aircraft, Charavipteryx was a master of long-distance travel. Found in Kazakhstan, this 1-foot-long or 30-centimeter prehistoric creature had membranes attached above and below its hind legs, which allowed for gliding but not flight. 4. In contrast to most of the massive prehistoric creatures on this list, Epidexipteryx was tiny. Presumably the first example of ornamental feathers, like a peacock, it grew up to 7.5 inches, or 14.5 centimeters, with almost half of that encompassing just the tail feathers. This feathered dinosaur lived during the Middle or Upper Jurassic Age throughout Inner Mongolia. 3. A legendary creature, possibly referred to as the serpent god in Aztec mythology, Quetzalcoatlus was as tall as a giraffe while standing. Once it took to the sky, its wingspan ranged from 30 to 40 feet, or 10 to 12 meters. A lizard-like creature, it may also have been what our ancestors referred to as dragons. 2. Sporting an upper dorsal fin, which looked like the top part of the Starship Enterprise, an adult male Stethecanthus lived about 320 million years ago. A pretty typical shark otherwise, it likely used its unique dorsal fin in mating rituals or to scare away predators. 1. Reaching up to 59 feet or 18 meters long, Spinosaurus could weigh more than a semi-truck, and the webbed spines on its back could have easily reached the height of a basketball player. Its alligator-like mouth likely means it was a major fish eater, and spent much time in the water. Makes us wonder whether those back spines could have been used for swimming. Enjoying our lists? Be sure to click that subscribe button in the top right corner so you don't miss out on new ones every Monday through Friday. Share them with your friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these two videos here, or just head to our website at list25.com.